welcome to the channel. My name is ZEC. Please like and subscribe to this video and be sure to hit that notification bell to not miss any of my future videos. And let's see if this video can get 15 likes.
Hi there, my name is ZEC.
Hello ZEC. Hello ZEC.
Hello Zeka. Hello Zeki.
Oh my goodness, look at the Bitcoin chart. Not to mention the Zcash chart. It's time to get into this video.
It's been a while since I made a video. I've just been a little bit busy, to be honest. Lots to do, trading to focus on. And with that said, I think we should have a look at the chart. I'm going to have to show you on. I'm trading futures at the moment on Binance, and so I'm just going to show you on this chart what I have been up to and what I think you might be interested in. So here we are on the 1 hour chart. We're looking at Bitcoin. I'll show you some Zcash price action in a minute as well. But the main thing to note here is I think we'll zoom out and have a look at the 4 hour. So I've been talking about this Wyckoff accumulation zone that we've been in, but I've always been also saying, you know, we could also head south at any point, because when you look at the setup, it could be accumulation. It could also be a little pause on a bigger decline, deeper decline. In fact, let's look at the daily. As we know, we had a big dump on the 19th of May, and we've been accumulating or consolidating all throughout the last two or so months. I have been accumulating and treating this as an accumulation, and I've been talking about the Wyckoff accumulation schematic quite a lot, but I hope I did make it clear that there is certainly the risk that this can continue to the downside, and I think I'm going to have to show you now that my bias really has. I think we really may be at the point where it becomes clear what really is happening. So you may remember that back on the 22nd of June, is that when it was? Yes, 22nd of June, we had what I was calling the test. This was our Wyckoff test here, spring, sorry, and it looked like we then had the test, and we were going to move. It looks like the beginning of the beginning of a new uptrend. Well, some people have been thinking in the meantime that this was this may have been our higher low. Subsequently, that this may have been our higher low. I'm afraid it seems, in fact, we have come across a certain. We have turned into a definite downtrend rather than the beginning of an uptrend, and so I was thinking that it looks to me like that still we could be looking at a move to the upside, because I've been expecting that this here may retrace to the blue line here, the 0.618 fib retracement from this low of 28,000. So even when we didn't get, even when it turned out that this was not our higher low, I thought, well, this will retrace and we'll put in a higher low here at 31.5 or 31.7. And that's what I've been trading on that basis, and I actually did short the market around about, well, somewhere like this, 33,800, and that was on expectation that we were retracing at this point to the 0.618 fib of this move upwards. However, during the last few days, it started to become apparent to me that may not be what's actually happening. If you look here, we have a very well. We can look on the 1 hour. In fact, let's stay on this one now. I I mean, I would like it to be going the other way, but I've just started to feel that actually, look, we have this trend, it's established, it's a trend downwards, and it's been trending downwards since the 29th of June. We don't yet have a higher low in this potential uptrend. So we have to give precedent to the established downtrend. And also this established downtrend since the 29th of June is taking place within the context of an even bigger downtrend, because we've got a downtrend since the 14th of April effectively. So we're trending downwards the whole way here, really. And in fact, we can argue that we're forming an enormous triangle, in some descending triangle, really. And certainly if we look into the 1 hour chart now, we can see that we are in fact forming a descending, very bearish descending triangle here. And we can see the weight of the EMA ribbon pressing down and driving these prices lower. Now, there is the chance that we get a lot of buying at 31,000 or so again, which is, you know, that's certainly where I'll be thinking about closing my short position in expectation of a bounce. But it is possible. It certainly is possible that is going to happen. But if we take there are a couple of things that make me think this is not going to happen, and those two things are this: that here we have. Let's see if I can find I have drawn it already, but I will draw it again. Okay, so here, if we look, we have a fairly. Oh, I think I have to zoom out to at least the 4 hour. Okay, so we can argue that here on the 4 hour, starting in, when was that? So 22nd of June, that we have created a huge head and shoulders. And this head and shoulders pattern, if we were to complete it, we could see a potential implied move lower that would take us to 26. Well, that's 26 or 27,000 from where it breaks out. Let's say 26,500. And I hate to look. I mean, oh wait, what's happened there? That probably should go like, yeah, like that. Okay, right. So I've actually better. I draw that a bit better, shall I? Put that there. There we go. Okay, so there's our head and shoulders, and what you might need to look a bit closer at is we have actually broken the neckline already now. So we've broken the neckline, and we've spent, well, we've got one, two, certainly, well, did this one close under it? So this one closed at 32,709. So we closed, yeah, we closed beneath the neckline there. And this one closed at 32,306, which is again below the neckline. And so we are, you know, we've confirmed that we've broken the neckline on this head and shoulders. And so that implied move, this is this orange one, I think I measured it before, that implied move is now becoming quite likely. So we also can see that this would land perfectly on the, I think if I get the let's zoom out. So if we look at the Fibonacci trend-based fib extension, then we can see that, bearing in mind we're in a downtrend since 29th of June, we now can have a look at our trend-based extension and see where that would take us to. Well, look at that. Our trend-based fib extension would do the following. It would the big head and shoulders, that basically is the denotes the downtrend that we're in. If it breaks, and it has broken, it should take us down to 26,000, and that is the 2.618 fib extension. Well, pretty much bang on with it. So, and what's more, and I don't think we're going to go straight there, but I do think that we have also this, can you see this purple triangle? Let's take that off. As you can see, this triangle, this descending triangle that we've been forming over the last couple of days, as we've sold off from this lower lower high here. This descending triangle, which is very bearish looking to me, is giving us an implied move to this trend-based extension here of 29.7 thousand. Now, obviously, none of this is guaranteed, but we have been testing the low support of 30,000 for quite some weeks and months now, and well, we are due some volatility, and so that's basically what I'm seeing. That's, to me, looks like the higher probability outcome at this point is for us to firstly, I think breaking this to the downside makes sense, because I think we need anyway, if we want to go higher, if we want to if we want to create our uptrend, then we actually do need a higher low, and well, it looks like this isn't it, because we've just gone a little bit lower. So I feel like we're going to break to the downside, perhaps in pursuit of this this 0.618 fib of this potential new uptrend. However, breaking to the downside now will lend fuel to the fire of this descending triangle, and I think there we would bounce. We would probably bounce at 29,700. Maybe we'd retrace to something like this. We could have a look at the retracement tool or something, but I mean, bearing in mind we have this neckline here, that's kind of where I would imagine that we might find ourselves retracing to, and that would be around about 33,000 maybe, which would tie in with our downtrend. So 33,000 could be our next lower high, and that sells off. When that sells off, I feel like that really would take us down to this target of 26,600. So really, as far as I can see, that is highly likely at the moment, and Zcash will kind of follow in hot pursuit, I think. So let's have a look what's been happening here. I'm afraid my chart is very, I don't know if you can see anything on this, but well, maybe if we look on the daily. Okay, so, well, apologies, it's the same thing, but we are, we can see we're in this downtrend. We've been traveling down this channel, and I think I better take some of this off. Well, at this point, it seems that, again, if we have a look at the trend-based fib extension, we can see we have, let's go from this one, high to our low, to our high, and so we could, yeah, I think that probably makes sense. Okay, so it looks like, actually I think I need to start us off. I think I had some stuff drawn on my 4-hour chart, and Right, okay, yeah, I remember, okay. So, yeah, so we kind of have a little bit of a head and shoulders here that we can start off by looking at. So here is, arguably, maybe it doesn't work, but is this the one? Yeah, I'm not so keen on this one, but I think it's panning out. So look, so we won't get there just yet. We might, maybe today, maybe not. We could argue that this is a head and shoulders. It's a little bit high, this shoulder here, but that would give us an implied move down to our prior lows, and basically this is a full 100% retracement from our low of $88 or $87 here on the 22nd of June. So, you know, we could quite easily see this play out tonight or tomorrow. At the same time, there is actually there's a smaller head and shoulders that kind of formed in the chart here, and I think, well, when we've broken the neckline already on that, well, we've actually broken the big one too, and I think we're on our way to 96, 97, which is the I think it's a trend. It's an extension of the current trend. So here we have the current trend. Let's get rid of that. Bloody hell, what have I done? Okay. So we could say, yeah, I think we do it from this one. So, yeah, so there we have it. So the 0.78, the 1 fib will be at 96.2. So that's the target for this next leg down on the current trend that we're in, is to here. We could have a little bounce from there, and then probably if we do get here and have a little bounce, I suppose it would depend on Bitcoin. But the next target, I imagine, will follow from this head and shoulders, which neckline is already broken, and will take us down to 88 if we don't go directly to 88 in any case. And the other thing that is interesting to look at with Zcash is that if you look on an even bigger time frame, if we do see, and if we do exactly this, so as I say, this head and shoulders can play out, but first the smaller one, and then a bounce. And if we did do that, if we do have exactly that setup, then I think what will be created in the process is a shoulder here, a head here, which we might come to here, and another shoulder here, and oh dear, this didn't look good. What have I done? Let's do that again. Something didn't work out there. Okay, here. So our left shoulder would be there. The head of this new turbo. Maybe we retrace to, well, we have to have a lower high, so not there, but there. Now, this is speculative, but I'd say it's it just looks to me like that can happen because, yeah, as I say, we've already broken the neckline on this little head and shoulders that was there, and that takes us to the next fib extension from the current downtrend. We will bounce there, or likely to bounce there, have a little bit of a retrace because Bitcoin will probably be retracing itself at that point, and so maybe to 108. So I would recommend, so if you haven't already sold your Zcash, you could sell it now, maybe buy 97 and sell again something like 108. You could work out probably with your own fib extension tools and retracement tools where to buy it back. Maybe it'll bounce higher, but I think it'll put in another lower high if it even does rally there, and after that it will continue down, and having broken the neckline on this, if you remember, there was a head and shoulders here. We have this one here, shoulder, shoulder, head, head, shoulder, shoulder. Oh dear, what's happened? Why doesn't it? Oh, sorry. Okay. Well, anyway, you know where it was. It was there. And we broke that neckline already tonight. But, so it will kind of be invalidated, but also not. And so, yeah, this will, I think, complete the transaction by bringing us back to, well, $88, which will be also landing us at another of the current 1.618 extension from this move. But if we, where did I see this? So, well, it's all getting a little bit too speculative, but I think that's basically what's happening. And after which, if we had, if we have retraced and completed this big, or started to, and this big head and shoulders has started to break down, then we would see, let's see, so it could be, there we have, is that right? Well, I think there's another head and shoulders that I may not have shown you yet. Can't remember. Yeah, that's what I thought. Maybe what would happen is this, in fact. Yeah, maybe that. Maybe we break to the downside, to the 88 straight away now, which will bring our head and shoulders in like this. And then, okay, so there we have it. So this would be the neckline, this black line here. So there, and you know, we can quite easily see we have broken the neckline on this head and shoulders, so we could come down to 88 today or tomorrow. And then any kind of retracement of that back above or towards $100, 100 would make sense, would give us another shoulder, after which it's whether or not this holds. And I think all of this is kind of down to Bitcoin, but I think I'm right in thinking that this is, yeah, so this is the measured move that we'll be looking at. Oh, maybe even bigger. No, yeah, that's it. And so that will take us down to $50. And to be honest, I do think this might happen, because when Bitcoin was around 20,000, Zcash was around $54. And if we go back to the Bitcoin chart, ultimately, this is a different chart, but you will have to see it, because yeah, this is kind of where I think it's going with Bitcoin too. So Bitcoin ultimately is going to go to 19.8 maybe, if all of this here follows through, then yeah, Bitcoin. Well, I mean, I've put to 26,000, but I mean, I think once we are trending down at this point, you know, once it's kind of level by level, but we're on our way, and where to? I think we're on our way to 20. I don't know if this is too I've got so many things on here, but basically, I think if you look at all of the, I think I just had all of the trend-based fibs extending to where each would lead to, but I mean, this is kind of the trajectory that I had penciled in of where we may be, how we might find our way down to 19,000, and this is based on the extension of this trend. So this trend is fairly established, and all it has to do is break 30,000, and it will sort of naturally continue trending down, and it might go in a big hurry, So it might not be so much of a step by step. I think once it goes under 30,000, we might see a really big move, but there will be a couple of bounces, and I think the places where it's going to bounce is 26, 27,000 will be one, and then it may retest this. This is kind of resistance at that point, 29,000, 30,000. And then I think, effectively we're heading to 19, 20,000. And look, these are basically the fib extensions that we're going to target, and you can do those yourself with your own drawing tools. But yeah, I think that is the more likely option. Obviously, this all depends on whether or not Bitcoin can hold the line at 30,000. I just think at this juncture, with this trend looking fairly established, I just am starting to feel like I was getting ready to go long here at 31.7k on Zcash on Bitcoin, and I was planning on taking a similar long position on Zcash, but I'm a little bit nervous too now. I think really it looks more like continuation to the downside. So be safe, don't be over leveraged, probably don't use leverage at all, and happy hunting, good luck, hope it all goes well.